going on, Auto Lust ladies and gentlemen? This is part 2 of the 650 update, and today I'm going to be talking to you about the EMINENCE mids that I installed in the 650, an Android touchscreen display that I have coming to upgrade on the old CIC system I have in there now, and also about the brackets that holds my rear panels, about how the thieves damaged them and twisted them up so bad till it took me at least 30 minutes per side to get it back in feasible condition for me to be able to fit the panels. And I didn't know that it was like that until I test fitted the panels once I installed the speakers. But the way I had to install the speakers is, matter of fact, I'm going to show you better than I can tell you. So here we go. All right, guys, these are a couple of factory speakers here. This speaker here is a Harman Kardon factory speaker. It comes out of my Bmw X5 2017, chassis code F15. Has like a I don't know if this is called a aramid fiber weave or something like that. And these two speakers here come out of the 650. This speaker here was the center channel speaker that was blowed, that I actually replaced with one of these out of my old, out of the X5, because I mean, I wasn't gonna throw them away. They're pretty good speakers, and for these two cars to be so many years apart, it fit perfectly. All the connections are exactly the same, as you can see there, and there, the connections are exactly the same, so it popped right in and it plays wonderfully. And this one is actually a rear, this is actually a rear panel speaker here. And I'm going to show you guys how I went from, I actually popped this off, because you have to, I mean, you have to tear out all of the soft parts to actually install the new speakers into the car, unless you're going to go with a custom made bracket, which I'm not going to do. So I'm going to tell you exactly how we did it in the X5, and I'm going to show you personally it done in the 650. Okay, so matter of fact, let me do a side-by-side comparison. That's the factory speaker versus the EMINENCE 4-inch versus the factory Harman Kardon 4-inch. And I'm going to tell you how we got that in there. Okay, so how we got the back panels in is, one, you rip out the entire soft part till it's just this left, the basket. Then you cut these bars around here. We used a, well, shout out to Infinite Audio, my boy Joe, the owner. He used a jigsaw, and he cut that all the way out, all the way around there till it was just this plastic ring left with the mounting points on it. And since this mounts from the top down, the opposite way the front door speakers mount, what we did was we put the speaker through the top and then sandwiched it down on top, and then we screwed it in. So if you take these 3 screws out, the speaker will come right out just like it was from the factory. And these here, once they're in, this pigtail here will be cut off, and then both will be wired into the lead coming from the wiring harness in the car. And this is 4 ohm, the same exact way as this one. Well, both of these are 4 ohm, but this one has I mean, the frequency response is way more wide, vast, however you explain it. This is an overall 1,000,000% speaker better than the factory. So that's how I got these rear ones in. I mean, and it fits, it's no fitment issues or anything. So if you guys want to upgrade your BMW 4-inch mid drivers without buying the Beamer Tech or Brav Sound overpriced crap that looks exactly like this, you know, just rebrand it a little bit and run with Pro Audio, something that's been around since I think 1966 or something like that, hand built, you know, then I would go with those. You know, I'm not sure if these are hand built, but they're bigger ones. They're more expensive ones are hand built. These two, these were $35 a pair from, I think Parts Express. It's a speaker company online called partsexpress.com. All right, and the back, as you can see on the back door panel, the speaker isn't mounted to the back. So I had to do that a different way. Well, we had to do that a different way. And I'm going to show you exactly how we had to do that. All right. Here she is again. And if you can see here, that's the Eminence 4-inch here. And it's actually sitting inside of the original speaker. Let me get out of the way, turn this light on. And it's sitting inside of the original speaker bracket. What we did is we cut the speaker out and we were able to sit the Eminence right inside of it, because on the Eminence 4-inch, it's a little bezel right around there, and it sits, for some reason, it's like it was made to fit this bracket on every BMW. It sits all the way back flush with the bracket. So all you do is screw the little 4 holes open, the open 4 holes on the speaker, and screw it directly into the bracket. And let me, so you guys can see that. Okay, screw it directly into the bracket, and then you screw the bracket into the door like factory. We ran the lead out of here because the tweeter is built on the door panel, and once we get the tweeter in, once we get the door panel on, we're going to wire that up, and the speaker pigtail is there. And that is also 4 ohms, so it plays just like factory, but they sound so much better. Remember last time I told you guys both of these floor subwoofers were blown. I replaced both of those subwoofers with factory ones. I didn't want to go, you know, too out. I mean, they sound perfect. They sound great. I didn't want to go like all out with them. So I found 2 of them gently used for $100. You can't beat that. $50 a piece. And like I told you earlier, I replaced that center channel with the Harman Kardon speaker from my BMW F15, which is the 2017 X5. And while we're out here, this screen here that the thieves scratched all up, I don't know if you guys can see it, but see, it's all marred. It's a deep scratch right there in the middle. I already have the trim taken off because you guys know it's at Spectrum coating, so everything is just loose. But I'm glad this is all loose anyways, because I'm going to swap that screen out with the Android touchscreen. It's a 10.5, 10.25, something odd, around 10-inch screen, touch screen, Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, touch screen, steering wheel controls. I mean, the works. And it's a HD screen, not this CIC screen that came in this car. You know, it's a nice screen for what it is, but we're going all out on this car. The thieves took it. I mean, Stella's getting her new groove. Okay, and these are the brackets here. I'm going to try to point out these brackets here. Okay, they're right here. Right here in green. As you can see, the paint is it's all cracked up and dented up because I had to bend this back in place. And this bracket is actually a huge piece. This goes under here, but it's actually connected to this entire piece here. This is one piece that you can buy for about $200. I'm not doing that. So what I did was I bent this back into place, and now it fits the door panel, the rear quarter panel, interior panel perfectly. You know, it was so bad that you see this mounting hole here. This was twisted almost a full 360 degrees and then upside down, because they were trying to get these panels, that these were the only panels in the car that they left, the thieves left. You know, and they were trying to rip them out of there, and they couldn't figure out how to get the panels out. So they tried to twist them and bend them out, you know. And this one also I fixed on this side also. Where is it? Right here. I also fixed this one also. You can see the paint's all messed up a little bit from me banging and bamming and everything like that. But it's good now. It's in place. So that's great. So everything fits now. Everything, you know, everything lines up really good. You know, like all the bolts fit in place. The clips line up perfectly. Let me get this thing to focus. Sorry, guys. Okay, there we go. Okay, everything fits in place. Everything, all the clips line up, the bolts line up. So everything is good with that. So I'm very, very happy about that, you know, because we were test fitting these rear panels and nothing seemed to fit. So we were like, oh my God, what's going on? What's going on, you know? And then when we found out that the brackets were bent, we didn't know what to do to try to fix it, you know, because I mean, who knows if something that's bent 360 degrees, you don't know how it used to be, you know. So thank God I went to what website was it that I went to? It was a website called, I think, Nudist Info, and I looked up how to. It's NEWTIS info. It's for BMWs, and it shows you step by step with pictures how to take the entire car apart, and I mean the entire car apart. And I looked up how to take those rear panels out, and they had a picture that showed this piece here, and I got a chance to see how it's supposed to be shaped. So I banged it back into shape using. I'm going to show you exactly what I use. I just used a pair of needle nose pliers, thick needle nose pliers, and got it right back, and maybe a couple of the pick tools to pull by the holes, and then I mean she's back in action. So yeah, that's what I have planned. The speakers are already in, 2 new subs, center channels replaced, all 4 of the other speakers are replaced, and when the Android screen comes in, I'm also going to be doing a unboxing on that. So you guys, I might do an install on that. This is going to be my first time installing something like that, but I might set the tripod up back here in the rear somewhere and do like a, you know, a time lapse of me doing it, and maybe stopping to talk about it if I run into any problems. So anybody else who does it, if they run into any problems, you know, they'll have an easy way out. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with this glove box, this center console trim here, and the original rear door panels, because I mean I don't need them anymore. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. Hopefully I can find someone who needs them, or someone who wants to buy everything really cheap in like a kit or like a combo. I'll sell everything together. But yeah, that I guess that's gonna be it for right now. And let me make sure there's nothing else I wanted to update you guys about. Oh yeah, good news for the seats. I got the seats going out to Leather Rescue Tuesday morning to get this here fixed, this little rough spot on this seat, and I don't know what this yellow, some little yellow mark says. I'm getting that fixed. So these 2 parts are getting fixed, and this door here, that's gonna be fixed, whatever that is. And this piece here, and this door is kind of like marred right there a little bit. And also this door here, also, as you can see, the grab handle is scratched up really bad. And I'm sure this was the guy who sold me the interior. He's the reason why this is like that, and I'm explaining to you why. Because they didn't know how to take the door panels off. The door panel is so simple to take off. It's 1 screw and the entire door panel, it's all clips. 1 screw and all clips. If they would have took this screw out and just pulled from the bottom, the entire door panel would have came right off. But obviously they didn't know what they were doing. So you can see that they tried to go in here and they damaged the leather all around that handle socket. When you can't even take that off from the front, you actually have to unclip it. See those red clips poke through? You actually have to unclip it through there and take a screw out, which is there. Get it to focus. Which is there to take that off. You know, so yeah, it's definitely their fault that most of that damage is like that. And I guess they learned, you could actually see where they tried to go in here too. I just noticed that now that I'm looking. They tried to stick something behind there. So that's probably another reason why I got this interior so cheap, because it was user error. All right, guys, this is going to be the end of this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you liked the update. And next video is going to be me going to pick up the trim or me actually dropping off the interior at Leather Rescue in Orlando, and I'm gonna do a walk around his shop too, so you can see what he does there if he allows that. You know, some people just aren't okay with cameras in behind the scenes. So if he allows that, then I'm gonna give you guys a walk around his shop also. But as of right now, this is the end of this video. Thank you guys so much for following me and going through it with me with this journey. It feels so good to have people here with me, you know, with the car being stolen, and you know, it just feels a lot better. You know, honest to God, it feels a lot better having somebody go with you through this journey. You know, like, I don't have any kids, I'm not married, you know, a lot of my family doesn't live here, maybe a few, you know. So you know, it feels good, you know, having somebody like go through this with you. So you know, well, thank you guys for watching this video, and stay tuned for update 3 on the 650. Auto Lust out.